Hi guys, this video shows you how to code a microbit using MicroPython. Okay, Python is an immensely popular programming language in the working world, and MicroPython is the customized version of Python used in programming microbit. So MicroPython, in a way, is a type of Python. Alright, so let me walk through with you the code here. So our aim objective is to be able to code this block-based programming, okay, block-based programming for this scissors paper stone to code this program using MicroPython. So if you look at it, the first part of the code is to detect the shaking motion of the microbit. So how do you use MicroPython to detect the shaking motion? So if you look at the program, the first part is basically the libraries from microbit import star. That means import all the basic libraries. So library is a collection of functions that allow you to do many things. Yeah, so without library, all these functions, like for example, accelerometer, current gesture, all these things will not work. So you need to import the library first. And I also need to import this library called random. And this random library is needed is needed by microbit to generate random integer. Later we'll look at it in more detail. Okay, so this is a while loop. Okay, while true. So while loop works in this way. While the condition is true, then do all the things that follows repeatedly. So this is the syntax of the while loop. Syntax is actually a set of rules in a programming language. It is pretty much like grammar or the vocabulary of the English language. So this is a syntax. Okay, while true, so we need to the microbit actually there is an electrical component called accelerometer on the microbit that detects the gesture of the microbit, the position of the microbit. So uh, so accelerometer dot current gesture. So how do I know this syntax? In order to know this syntax, you have to look at the documentation. So if you look at the help here, documentation. So now we are looking for the gesture of the accelerometer. So gestures. So you can see that uh, okay, MicroPython is able to recognize the following gesture. All this gesture is able to recognize. So what we need to do is we need to use this function, and then after that, store whatever is returned by this function in a variable called gesture. So we are trying to check. So if you look at the code, we're trying to check, okay, the gesture is stored in this variable called gesture, and if the gesture is shake, then you do this. Okay, so if you look at it, set on shape, set hand. So the next part would be to get a random number. Okay, how do you get a random number? You use this random integer function. So go to the documentation again, random. So you can see random number. How do you get a random number? You have to call this function. Okay, random integer. And in order to call this function, in order for this function to work, you need to import this library called random. So that is exactly what I did here. So you can see import random, okay, hand, which is a variable that would store the random integer generated by the program and store it in this variable called hand. And then if hand equals to 1, if hand equals to 1. So you might be wondering, what is this double equal sign? If it is a single equal sign, it means that it is an assignment statement. So if I remove this equal sign, it means that I'm trying to put 1 into this variable called hand. Okay, I'm trying to put 1 into this variable called hand, which is not what I want. What I want is I'm trying to compare the value of this variable. That means what is inside hand, and I'm trying to compare it with 1. That means I'm trying to find out if this variable called hen has the value 1 inside. If it is 1, then you have to show the image. Okay. Now, what is this image? So we go back to the documentation, images. You can see list of built-in images. So all these are the built-in images. So all you need to do is to call the image. So in this case, I'm trying to if it is 1, if the random number is 1, I will show paper square. Okay, square is like a paper. If it is 2, I will show small square, which is like a stone. And if not, then I'm trying to show arrow W, which is like a scissors. All right. So this is the if statement. Okay, if, else if, and else. And take note that you must have the indentation. You cannot do this. You must have the indentation, meaning that if gesture is shake, then only you do all this. So all this code here must be indented. Likewise, this one must be indented as well, because this code only execute, only run if hen equals to 1. All right. So in order to code microbit using MicroPython, you need to refer to the documentation very, very often. Okay, one last thing I need to, so at this point your code is complete already, the program is complete already, so all you need to do is to download the microbit. You can either use Open Serial or Connect. And one last thing I need to point out to you is this uh, code snippets. So this one would be short blocks of code to reuse in your own program. That means with minimal typing, you can code your microbit. So for example, if I want to get a while loop here, so I can just select WH while some condition is true, then the while loop will appear. Then all you need to do is type in the condition. So this one is like a shortcut way of writing your program, okay, with minimal typing. So this is while loop, and then just point out a few. This is a if statement. This is else if, and this is else, which is if, elif, and else. Okay, and then the for statement as well.